So everyone, double click on this Environment Headquarter icon and you will be able to see this particular toolbox. Has everyone done it?
Yes, I got this toolbox.
Okay, so on opening this toolbar, mainly we are going to perform 4 steps, that is editing the model, simulating of the model, and the entire processing of the results and visualizing. Okay. So first, when you open this toolbar, you need to go to the data setting option here. You click the data setting option and you see 4 toolboxes. So under data settings, we go under manage projects and workspaces. You will see this page when you are asked to create a new project or register folder as a project and provide details of your project. So in this case, we are going to create a new project because we are going to start a new thing. So we all, in the meanwhile, if anyone gets stuck anywhere, kindly let us know, okay? So we start creating a new project by clicking on this create a new project theme. And as you can see, on the right hand side of your workspace, the project name is popping up as new project. So you need to rename that. So for now, we are going to rename this project as trial. Trial. Okay. And the project description also, you can put anything. You can put trial 1 or something, trial zone or something. And make sure that this project home folder is in your C drive only, where the project will be saved under the same project. So copy the project name and create the project home folder with the same name. Okay? And rest aside, everything is fine. You don't need to click anything here. And then you click on this apply project settings. And you will see this pop-up where it says that you want to create a project folder trial for your project trial. You click it as yes. And then you click done. Okay. So, till this everyone has completed? Anyone can?
Yes,
Yes, come.
this one.
Ma'am, we were looking at it, we just.
Pardon?
We were looking what you were doing. Give us some.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Once you do, only then let me know.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. So we are still here only. So just for checking, you can go to your C drive and you can see where your NVMe folder has been installed. So everyone, I would like all of you to go to this particular page and see for yourself. See, you will be having a folder named as NVMe 445, where you click it, and then if you have renamed your new project as trial, you can see that this particular folder will be available, where you will be having this file. Okay. So we go back to the main page and we were in data and settings. So now we go back to NVMe. This particular thing we go back to. So we click on NVMe. And now we go to NV guide thing. Okay. So on clicking this NV guide box. You will find that projects defined in workspace will be showing. I am showing two folders because I have already worked on some folder for this trial thing. So you click on this trial. Click on the folder you have created, and then click on this new thing. So when you click on this new thing, you will be generated to this particular page where you'll be given this thing, general simulation settings. So for any project which you are doing or which you will be doing, you have to run a simulation. So that might be for any day of a present year or a past year or something in a future or something in a future year. So NVMe uses the available data sets according to its coded data, like climate data and all. So it will take the data from its source and it will use that climatic data for the simulation thing. So to start with, as you can see, here it is given that it is start and duration of model run. You are given start date, start time, and total simulation time. So in case in various projects which you will be doing in sustainable architecture or landscape architecture, you will be finding that some projects that will be again dependent on your design and company. So for now, let us take whatever is given set as 23/6/2018. Start time is given as 7 and simulation time is given as 24 hours. So 24 hours means the computer will be running almost for 12 to 13 hours based on the resolution of your project. If it's a very big thing, it can run more than 24 hours also. But if it's a small project, it will run accordingly as your configuration of your laptop, like how much memory it can support, so it will work according to that. So for now, as we just want to see how things work, we put this simulation time as 1 hour so that we get instant results in something. Okay, so full name of simulation task is given here. You need to change this in the same name which you have created the project for this trial thing. And for the short name for file name regeneration, you have to select trial underscore 1 second. So in the full name of simulation task, you need to add the name of your file name and you have to put input. You have to mention this input name. Okay. And for the short name of the file generation, as it was already saved in new simulation, I think. So what you have to do is new simulation underscore, and then you put the file name here. That is trial. Everyone has done in this step?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
You have to rename the file names like this, so that it gets easier for you to generate the results. Okay, so after this particular thing, you click next, and you get this particular toolbox. Okay, so here they are giving your input like create a new file, create and edit using Monday, or create and edit using CSS. So any of these things you can create, like select. So when we selecting the spaces, so we select the spaces, and you will see that some database system has been loading, and in some time a page will open. Okay, so everyone has reached this page.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. So, this is the main page where we model our buildings, or we model our design, or model our landscape. Whatever we model, we do it here. Okay. So, here as you can see, there are various, on the topmost horizontal toolbar, you can see various options. So, under this model settings, we select the edit settings area. Before we start anything, we select the edit settings area or create new area part. So on clicking this, we get this particular toolbox which says model location. Everyone has reached this part?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Kindly do like together if we do, we can be able to easily understand what this is working for. Then you can also understand where you are lacking or what is missing from the thing. Then you can ask what is the reason and send you to do as per with me. Okay?
Sorry, can you please repeat the settings you set for simulation?
Sure. I'll repeat it. So, like I want to ask that, did you reach this page or?
Yes, ma'am. I was able to open this page without setting the simulation details.
Okay, so you need to go to this edit settings thing or the previous thing?
The previous simulation setup.
Okay.
But I have reached this page without doing that.
Okay. You have already reached this page?
Yes, ma'am. I have used the model settings without this page, without doing simulation.
Okay. So what do you need me to repeat? Like which part?
The settings were set for simulation. So when you started to open this model set before that.
Okay. So we go to this empty drive from this NPMet headquarter.
Yes, ma'am.
So we go to this empty drive and we select the project which we are working on, that is trial. Okay? And then we create new. We select this new thing. On selecting that new thing, are you on the same page as I am on?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So here as you can see that the start date is already mentioned. So we just change the simulation time to 1 hour and we rename the simulation file as trial and then we put an underscore and we put input as the name. And for the short name for the name generation, for the file name generation, we just put new simulation is already there, we put an underscore and we put the name of the project, that is trial.
Yeah, for the benefit of everyone, see the tool that is there, it is actually additional tool, additional file kind of thing. You will model it, and then that model has to be simulated. That simulation time frame is defined using this tool. Okay, so this can be done later on also, but keep in mind that this is like, suppose if you want to simulate 4 hours, in the model you can't do that. You have to give a setting here based on the file that you are creating here, which Ritu has created here, like trial input. It is actually another file that will help the model to be simulated using the file. So here this file says simulate this for 1 hour. So accordingly it will work. Yeah, this is a file created for running the simulation. I hope I am clear. Is it right, Ritu?
Correct, sir. Correct, sir. Correct, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Got it.
Okay.
Ma'am, one more doubt.
Yeah.
Ma'am, after clicking next on this page that you are showing the general simulation settings, after clicking next one page has come, I am not getting those same options what you are getting, ma'am. Like I have tabs like my world, layers, edit and analyze. I did not
So, like after clicking next, we are not getting this particular page which you are seeing on my screen.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You are getting it?
I'm
Or you're
getting.
not
No, ma'am. I'm not getting. I'm getting some other page which has some. It is similar to this one only, ma'am. It has some right page, but at the top it is written my world, layers, edit, analyze instead of model setting, 3D views, digitize, tools.
Okay. No issues. You again close this thing and you select. You again go back to that page where the simulation settings has been done, and you re-click next. It happens. It sometimes toggles between the 2 pages, but no issue. But one second. Try to minimize that page and see this page is hidden under that page. So this also happens that the 2 pages open, but that page of my world comes up first. So you can see if you can cross it or minimize it.
Ma'am, it was not there.
Okay. Then you can redo it and you can select the next.
Okay. Create and edit using Monday. We have to click, right?
No. Create and edit using spaces you can do.
Okay. That is what I did wrong.
Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, a doubt. How do we decide which option we are supposed to select, as in Monday or Spaces?
Okay. See, when you create and edit using spaces, you will get this interface. Okay. And using Monday, if you select, you'll get an interface where you cannot work. We have worked on a very previous and very native software of NDMET. So during our time, we did not have this particular option. So I am basically not very clear about this particular interface, how we can work on it. I think you are talking about this particular thing, right?
Yes, Monday.
So yeah, Monday. So where you can get up this my world layers and all these things. So I have no idea about like how to work on this, because during that time we did not have this particular interface. Anyways, all the interface has been changed over these years. So back in 2015 to 17, we did not have something like this. So it will be a little difficult for me at this point to say you how you can work on this. But for your models to be prepared and to run simulation, I think this Spaces interface is the best one for now. Later you can also explore more in the software, because software is such a thing that there is no set point or set rules of following something. maybe the process which I am saying, like describing it to you now, maybe after 1 year you will find a more like fast way or a more like intelligent way of performing the same. So it all depends on how much you are engaged, how much you are involved, and how much you are exploring the software. Because the different softwares have different modes of like approach and different modes of explorability. So it again depends on how much time you involve. So for now, I'll just show you the basics. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, just to add to the point, the first option where we can create our own terrains. Okay, so suppose if you have very specific site conditions and you have the details of it, we can model the terrain. Okay, we probably we can take it up little later. For now, let us get into some basic things. Then we can see how we can do customization, all that.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So I expect that everybody is in this same particular page where it says NVMe Spaces 4.4.5, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we go to this edit settings area where we have this model location interface. So here we can see that here they're asking the name of the location and it is set as default Germany because this is a German based software. So it is saying Germany. So in our case, maybe we take Vijayawada or something. So we'll just try out if Vijayawada is present. And we click on find location. So we'll allow NVMe to find if Vijayawada is there on their interface. Okay, so Vijayawada, if you type, you can find matching locations as these 6 things they're giving. Are you able to get to this, everyone?
Yes,
ma'am. Okay. So amongst this, whatever is the nearest location of your site, or whatever site it might be Jorhat, it might be Lucknow, it might be Delhi, anything. So according to your location, whichever is the nearest location, you select. So for now, maybe we'll select this Vijayawada Junction or Vijayawada Junction over here selecting, and we click on select location. So as you can see, when you have selected this location, its latitude, longitude, its reference longitude and the name of that standard time has already been updated in your model location. Everyone has achieved this thing?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So okay, so here we find model geometry as all this thing. For now, we'll not touch this part. We'll come back to this again. Okay, so after putting your model location, kindly click on this thing, apply changes to the existing area, so that your workspace has been updated according to the Vijayawada's data. So apply changes to existing data. Okay. So okay. Now on this left-hand toolbar, you can see many options like soil and surface, buildings, receptors, vegetation, etc., etc. Right? So first we need to. So here again, there are 2 ways you can model your design. That is first I'll show how you can manually do it in NVIDIA. Okay. So under buildings, when you click on buildings, you find display as height, building NR, that is building number, add, delete, tools, select building, etc., etc. So we just have to click this building option where you can see edit building geometry, and you have this few options. So everyone is in the same page and is following what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So as you can see that under edit building geometry, there is one option named as top of building or element. In bracket it is given as meters. This is basically the height of your building which you want to place on your site. Okay. So here it is already given as 5. So I'll just show you one thing. It is already given as 5, right? So on this white space, suppose we click on just put a single click. You'll find that the 5 thing has appeared. And if you click on the 5 and you just drag it, you can see that the 5 thing will keep on following your trail. And then you can just color this, you can just fill up this box in order to make sure that this is your building, which is of 5 meter height.
Ma'am, please repeat, I could not follow.
Sure. So in edit building geometry, you can see top of the building element is 5. Can you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So you just go to this white space and you start clicking. You just click on the white space and you drag your cursor. Maybe the building shape is somewhat like this. Whatever the building shape is, we'll be seeing and drawing only. So this is just for demonstration. So you draw this building, and as it shows 5, and while you want to exit, like while you finish the shape, you make sure that you click once again so that the cursor doesn't drag your building again. So just do it and then we can. Are you able to do it now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is just for showing you. You can change this 5 to anything. You can change it to 8 also. And if you draw this thing, it will demarcate that this particular building is of height 8 meters. You can try it also for yourself. Has everyone tried up till this thing?
Ma'am, how do we end drawing? As in the cursor?
Yeah, you need to click once again. You need to click the left button of your mouse just to exit the drawing.
Ma'am, it's not working.
Okay, I'll help you. Did you start the drawing by putting this? Okay, you need to drag it. You need to keep your left cursor pressed and then you drag it. You just have to drag it. Okay? And once you finish the profile of your building, suppose I am dragging it, I have pressed the mouse's left button pressed and I am doing my building. Okay? So now if I want to end it, I need to lift my, I need to give the button and I have to click on it. I have to click on the left button to end plotting. It's very easy. You just have to. Where do you want to go?
Yes, ma'am, I could do this, but the second click where I want to end it.
You just have to click it once again. Like after dragging it, you just need to single click on the left mouse button. You just have to single click and then it will be done. Just a single click and you leave the mouse button. Then it will be stopped. You start by clicking the mouse button once and then you drag it, and then after you have finished it, click it once. Just click it once. Were you able to do?
No, ma'am.
Ma'am?
Yeah. Actually, what you can do is you can just drag and probably do left click. Okay, after drawing the building, just do left click. Should work.
Maybe mouse has some problem.
Yeah, it might be because I just want to ask that everyone present in this meeting, is everyone able to do it?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the person who is having some difficulty, you can check it later on with your friends because I think they will be able to help you. What is the issue?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, okay. So now we see that we have plotted all these things just to show you have done all these things. So, but we don't need all this model right now. So what we can do, you can see this horizontal small panel of toolbars, right? Where it's shown this particular option and all. So these are basically the markers which help you to select and select a part of your model and either delete or join or do something. So we don't need all these things. So we click the starting of this marker. You click on it. Okay, so it has already been selected. So you start from the building you don't want in your site. So maybe we'll start from this 8 thing here. We click on the topmost one. So now you can see that the red marker is already being placed on this upper left corner of this 8 building. Okay. Now we select the second option which shows a lower red marker. We click on this and maybe we click on this 5 option here on the last. Can everybody understand and perform the same?
Yes, ma'am. Some areas are.
Yes, ma'am. But I don't get that pink demarcation that you've got.
Yeah, I'll say you. As we don't have any buildings over here, these markers basically work on the theory of a square or a rectangle or a whole geometry. As our geometry here is not an exact square, so this particular marker basically takes any area as an enclosed square. So as we have no buildings over here demarcated as 8 or 5 or any other building height, therefore it is showing a blank space that is demarcated by this pink thing. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now what we do, we go to this red cross marker. On clicking this red cross marker, you will be able to see a toolbox which says clear selected area. So, okay, so everyone has got into this page?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so here as we have only plotted the buildings area, we can either we can either click buildings or we can say remove everything, because anyways we have not drafted here vegetation or 3D vegetation, soil profiles or anything. So anyways if we select remove everything, it doesn't matter because it will remove this thing within this marked area only. Okay, so we do this clear selected area. It will ask for a confirmation and you click yes, and you can find that the entire thing is gone. Okay, so now to remove these markers, what you do, you go to this blue marker which is on the top and the bottom of the square. You click on this and your selected area which was marked by this red markers will be gone. Fine?
Ma'am,
Yes.
can you repeat how to clear the...
Sure, I'll be clearing this particular buildings also, so you can just follow it. So to clear, first we go to this red top marker. We select the top of the building, and in the extreme periphery on the left we select, and then we select this right thing, right marker, and then we might be selecting this entire thing. So maybe I'll be selecting this 8 here. So here, as you can see, yeah.
Can we click on the white part or only gray part we will select?
No, only the gray part, because it's the building you're concerned with. You can also click on the white part. I've never tried doing
Because from uneven building will require us to maybe click on white part.
uneven building also. If you want to do, you have to do it in practice, because it will only take the profile of your building as a square or a rectangle. Okay. So based on as in this case, as you can see, the building profiles are uneven. So once we select 5 and 8, it is only taking this particular area. That is the extent, maximum extent it is taking. That is between this particular building, 5 is the extreme point here and 8 is the extreme point here. So it is taking a periphery of this boundary, that is a rectangle. We are clearing the white space as pink. So now in the same process we can complete the same thing, and we find that this thing is clear.
Ma'am?
Yeah.
Excuse me, sorry. So what is the difference between deleting it like this and there is one delete option near the add button? So what is the difference between using both of these options to clear the building?
I couldn't get you. Delete option and add option.
There is a delete option near the add option, right, on the left side? Not on the
Add
top,
option.
ma'am, on the left side panel where
Okay.
added. So we have one delete option right next to it.
Right.
So I was able to delete it through that. So is there
Yeah,
any
yeah.
difference?
No, there is no difference. Basically, by selecting this delete option, you can just use it as a rubber kind of thing. Okay, you can use it as a rubber, or in cases where the geometry is very difficult or you need to specify a particular thing which needs to be deleted, you can use this particularly two markers.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am, thank you.
Yeah. Just to add to that, in this delete option that you have, that you see in the buildings, it will delete only the building properties. Okay. Whereas the delete option that you see in the upper portion here, if you have already modeled and you have given some vegetation, plant characteristics, you have the control over all this. Okay. So that's the difference. Here it will take off only the building's property.
Right, because only the buildings has been selected here. So for any buildings which you want to delete, you have to only the buildings will be deleted. And in this case, you have that option of deleting the vegetation or the soil profile or something. So we'll just start remodeling because we have already deleted everything. Okay. So maybe this is our building profile with a height of 8 meters. Okay. So we have this thing. Now we go back to, now we want to put our soil and surface. So we go on the top button where it says soil and surface. Okay. So 1 second. Okay. 1 second. Just hold on. 1 second. Yeah, sorry. Okay. So in this soil and surface, as you can see, this white area is nothing but the buildings which we have deleted. So this is showing like this. It is nothing to worry about. So we go to maybe natural surfaces. 1 second. There is 1 second which you can do. See through it.
Ma'am, I think it's in the depth tab. You just need to scroll up to see the display options.
Pardon?
It's in the left tab where you can see user profiles. You just need to scroll up.
Okay.
There is a scroll button right next to it.
Yeah. Right. So here we uncheck this thing where it says display surfaces with color. So we can see that our building profile is this one. Okay, so the gray part is our building which we have modeled, and now we know where our building is situated. So if you want to put some sandy soil or loamy soil or whatever it is, maybe we are selecting loamy soil. Okay, in the same manner, as we have plotted the building, maybe we select the loamy soil around the building. As you can see that the part which I am doing, it is saying LO, which is an abbreviation used for the loamy soil. Is everyone getting it?
Ma'am, where?
Okay. Are you getting it?
Yes, ma'am.
See, the 0, 0 area has been replaced by LO, which represents the loamy soil thing. And again, you need to ensure that you click the last button on the mouse so that you can exit from the loamy soil. Otherwise, you will be dragging the LO all over your site.
Ma'am, where is the loamy soil?
Yeah, see on the left side of my panel.
Yes, ma'am.
You see, by clicking that, you have these 6 things: legacy, decorative, natural surfaces, road and pavement, special surfaces, and other. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you click on the natural surfaces, double click it, and you find 4 different type of soils. So for this particular project, we are selecting loamy soil. So I'm clicking loamy soil and dragging the same. You find that this thing has been updated. Okay, you need to click the left button of your mouse and drag it in the same way so that it happens. And remember to click the last button to exit.
Ma'am, the 00 on the building profile. Yeah, 00 on the building profile also changed to yellow. How should I change that? There's no control Z also.
Oh, okay. No. There is no control Z option. See, now this particular markers will help you. If you think that in that gray area where you have your building profile has been okay, I'll just show you. Suppose I have my loamy soil created, and maybe in the building thing, I have got this yellow thing, right? This is the problem you're facing, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So what you do,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
select this marker, left marker here, and you select the area from where your loamy soil has got into your building. Select the right marker here, and select on the end. So can you see the difference? All the loamy soil in your building has been selected.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now you go to selection. Delete option, this thing. Now you have this particular box stating select the items to be removed from the selected area. So this is the soil profile which you are working on, which needs to be removed, right? Isn't it? It is the soil
Yes,
surface
ma'am.
that you want to delete from the building. So uncheck all these things except the soil profile. Uncheck everything because it is only the soil profile you want to delete. And then your building remains in the same area. Okay? So now you cleared the selected area. Yes. So now what you find is your building is only your building. Okay? Just leave the 0, 0. 0, 0 is just a default thing for this axis thing. It means nothing. Okay? Then you deselect this thing so that your markers are gone. Okay. So now let's move to the roads and pavements thing. We click on roads and pavements, and maybe we select this concrete pavement dark, which is denoted by a dark gray color.
Ma'am,
Everyone
was deselecting this red part? My red part is not getting deselected. After
Okay. After doing the delete, you have to select the blue markers. Blue markers is there just beside just on the left of the delete option. You need to click on that so that the delete markers will vanish.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, got it. Very good. So now we go to this road and pavements thing. We double click on this one and we find a lot of options present. So we just for example, we click on this concrete pavement dark and we try to just draw a road kind of thing in front of this thing. Okay? So just like this. So PD is denoting pavement dark, concrete pavement dark. Okay. So in the same manner, we exit drawing by clicking on the left mouse of the button. Has everyone done till this part?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, one doubt. When we are placing the buildings and then coming to the natural surface, should we be able to see the outline of our building in the natural surface tab as well?
Are you able to see the building? Because once you check this thing, you cannot see it. So once you deselect the display surfaces with color, you'll be able to see the building profile, and you can see the natural surfaces with the
I'm able to do whatever you're saying, as in I added the soil and the pavement and all, but I'm not able to see my building outline when I'm working on this. I can see it when I click under the buildings tab.
Okay. Like you are not being able to see the building profile while you are working on this soil and surface part, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Is it the problem with everyone or is it only her? Can anyone else reply?
Ma'am, I do not have.
I am getting like yours only, ma'am. It's just that there is no 00 entered inside my.
Yeah, that's fine.
great.
00 is not. Yeah, 00 is not important.
Yes, ma'am.
Anyways,
It's not coming to the building.
okay, so then we have to see to this matter why.
Maybe you may have deleted all the buildings before you switch to soil and
No,
surface.
sir. I can see the buildings when I'm clicking the building tab. There are two square blocks that I've created, but when I come to the natural surfaces tab, the buildings are not visible.
Okay.
But I'm able to see the
Yeah.
rest of the
Maybe zoom out and check. Just check whether you're in the same. What is it? Grids. Maybe your building is somewhere up or down.
No, sir.
Okay, just do one thing on that small tab which is horizontal. There is one cube, right? Can you see on the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Just click on that.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to see your building?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I can see two blocks, cuboid, high-rise blocks of buildings, simulation, I think.
Okay. So.
I think your grid size is big. I guess maybe somewhere it is there. Just check.
Yeah, you can change this pixel grid which is here and put it to the smallest grid, that is 5. Can you see this thing?
Yes, ma'am.
Place the drop down thing and you click 5 pixel per grid. I think it has been default set it to 25 pixel per grid. Click this 5 pixel per grid and see, check it once.
No, ma'am, I still can't see it.
Oh, okay. So can you share your screen so we might be able to see what's happening?
Yes, ma'am. Just a second. Ma'am, I can share over the top, or are you supposed to unshare?
You can just click on you are presenting thing or present now thing so that we can see your screen, and select your screen and click on share.
No,
Entire screen and you can share.
no, for that you have to stop sharing. Only then that
Okay, sir.
option comes.
Okay. Like because we have added soil and surface, right?
Not that, I have something else, I mean, some
Okay, you have
lines
something.
kind of thing.
Okay, I'll just go back to
I'm
where,
also getting the same. It's like a rectangular. It's
Yeah,
just a
yeah.
rectangle.
like in my cursor also you can see the rectangle like this you are getting.
No, ma'am, I'm
No,
not
ma'am.
getting it red. It is just one black rectangle. I don't see any 3D in my view at all.
Okay, so the black rectangle is basically the the 3D box or the environment where you are modeling. So I'll get back to it, but I want to just say something in this 3D thing also. Once you get to this thing, see in this thing as my concrete pavement that is selected, no? So it is showing this cursor if I want to add something. So maybe I'm having some road here. I can add this road in this 3D. Okay? Similarly, if you think that you need to add some buildings which you might have missed on while drawing or doing, in this 3D option also you can add these buildings. So you can just, I'll just go back to your problem what you're facing, but before that, as we are already on this page, I want to show you this thing, that even in 3D also you can add certain building facades, or like as it says that set whole facade or volume, you can add. Like maybe you have missed some part here, so you can just set your, wherever you think you have missed on, you can just add, keep on adding the elements or the volumes. Okay? Are you able to understand and perform the same?
Ma'am, can you repeat?
Yeah. So is everyone in the same 3D page where you can see your building in 3D?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
It is getting added. Buildings are getting
Ma'am, excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah,
Ma'am, can you please repeat the last step for me, because I had a network issue.
Sure. So in this building, in this particular interface, you can add anything which you have might missed on like during your 2D stage. Okay. So for example, this is my building profile now, and I might recall that maybe I have missed some building facades which might be here, or maybe during like alteration of your building forms to achieve a more sustainable kind of condition, you need to add to some building parts to adjust the surface area to volume, or to change the aspect ratio of walls or something. So you might require to add some elements. Suppose in this facade I need to add 2 more protrusions in order to channelize airflow, or in order to understand how the building will perform if the shape is like this. Will the air, are you able to understand now? See, with this green thing, I'm able to add set, as this thing has already been selected as set whole facade or volume. So whatever I add will be added in volume. It is not being added as single element or lines. Are you able to understand?
Yes, ma'am. How to pan the page? Like I am getting zoomed in one particular direction only. Like
yeah.
do we have?
Yeah, you just have to scroll it and you have to reach it. Panning thing.
Like I'm not able to see some particular like far away places. So can we pan here?
I think you need to explore it because it's already been 4 years for me. Have been handling this software, so I think you need to get more into this, and I think you'll be able to understand the planning and all these things.
If we press control, we can rotate.
Okay. Yeah, with control, right. So these things will happen, and you can only understand all this like new codes while you explore the model. Okay. So I'll just for now see. I have also forgotten like this 4 years thing, whatever. So whatever I could recall from this past experience, I'll just be able to help you out in that. So please forgive if I am not being able to explain according to all your rules.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I'm not at all getting the 3D. It's like 2 surfaces only. Can I share my screen so that?
Yeah. You can.
No, that means you have not given height, madam.
No, sir. I mentioned height 5 and 8. It's like there are 2 surfaces, the top and bottom. It's not a closed surface.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, wait, I'll just stop presenting so that you can share your screen.
Ma'am, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
So this is what I'm getting.
No, I'm still not being able to see your screen. Can you share it?
I'm sharing my screen, ma'am.
Okay. So I can see this.
Hema, what you have to do is you have to share entire screen.
Okay, 1 second. Is it visible now?
I think it's not visible.
No.
You have to select the entire screen and then you have to...
Yes. I'm presenting my entire screen right now.
Is everyone being able to see the screen, or is it me? Because
No, we're not able to see the shared screen.
Are you able to see my... Okay.
not yet.
Now? Is it visible now?
No.
No, Hema, we are not able to see.
Fine. Now?
Yes.
Yes, now we are being able to see.
So this is what I'm getting when I gave 3D.
Okay, go back to the grid option, like where you have selected the 3D thing. Go back to the particular cube. No. On the left hand side. Yeah, left hand side. Yeah. Okay, now select it again.
The whole thing? Oh, I don't know.
No. You just select the cube, the cuboid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
Why is it showing this? Try like rotating the model using scroll and then the mouse. Okay, your buildings are not being shown. Or did you follow that?
Deselect the selected area.
Sorry?
He has selected some area in the 2D plane. Go back to 2D plane.
Yeah, go back to the particular. No, not that one. You go back here.
Like here only, like.
Yes. Yeah. You have selected use the blue marker to deselect this red part. Select it here. Go to the blue marker. Yeah. Now go back. Now go to this one.
Okay.
But your
I think because I rotated, I think I rotated it to the wrong side.
Rotate it again. Try rotating it.
Okay. Yes.
You are constructing under the earth something. Okay, right. Nice.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So thanks to your friend, he got to know that your markers are being selected. So thanks to him. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Somebody was asking something?
Ma'am, I still have those red things. Can I present one?
Yeah, sure. You can go.
Ma'am, can you see my screen?
Not yet. Okay, so as I was saying, this thing in the 3D thing, you can add these buildings or as facades, or even if you go to the soil surface, you can add anything. Like for concrete roads, also to speak of, you can see this orange thing, and you can add the roads and all. Okay. So we go back here, and we delete whatever it is, etc. Okay, so as we have already plotted our soil profiles and building, and you can, in the same manner, you can also use vegetation. As you can see on the left panel, you also have your vegetation thing. You can click on system plans. You can add anything, grasses, hedges, facade trimming plants, like anything you can do it. So for now, maybe we are selecting grass. Maybe we can put grass anywhere we like or we want. Maybe there is a green belt around your building, or maybe there is a park or some like green buffer zone. So whatever it is, we can do it in this same manner, just to denote the green area. It might be also used at areas where trees are there. In the same manner, you have to plot it. So kindly do the same.
And won't we get a demarcation of where the pathways are when we're doing the vegetation?
Yes. You get the demarcation by the green color, and the area where you want to see that where your green things are, you need to increase your pixel size just to understand. No, ma'am, not that. Like
the surfaces that we have already created, like the pathways that we already created.
Yes, okay. No, actually you have to go to the particular options here on the left, just to understand where are the things. Like in this case, you see that many parts have been occupied by this PV thing. That is my concrete thing. So that is wrong. Maybe due to some kind of errors, this has been done. So in order to understand where your things are, you have to go to these particular boxes in order to understand where your particular fields are lying. So in this case, I have to So, are you understanding that if you have to understand where your things are, you have to go to this left panel here, just to understand where your buildings are, where your vegetations are, and where are the other things. So, in this particular model, you can only be able to see where your building profile is. Yeah, is everyone following? Yeah.
And then in this case, what if we overlap different materials?
In the same, it's like, this only happens if you are not being able to see. So in that case, you increase the pixel grid size to a grid size where you can see the thing. Like here, as I was not being able to see the small platform, I increased the thing to 25. So now see, I can see my building profile, the area where my loamy soil is there, as I've already deleted the thing. So you need to increase and decrease the grid size in order to match your visibility. Okay? So I have already deleted my concrete path. So I'll choose it. In the same manner for vegetation also. See, when you are clicking vegetation, you are not being able to see this thing. You are only being able to see the vegetation thing, right? So like this only you have to understand where are the things. Okay, so up till this everyone has done. Everybody in this meeting has completed up till this part. Yes, ma'am. Okay, anyone facing any problem up till here? Everyone is clear up till this part?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now we are in a position that our input file has been saved. So maybe this is our input file where we have placed these things. And now we save the model. So we click on save model as, we click the model save model as, and you will see that this particular interface is being opened. Okay, so you go to NVMet. Is everyone following?
Ma'am, can you repeat?
Yeah, I'll repeat it. Yeah. So now, in this particular page, under model settings, you find that you have two options: save model 2.5D and save model as. Can you see these two options?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you have to click on the save model as option, and you will find that this particular interface is being opened, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you go to this, you find this directory where it says save in. So you click on this drop down option, and as you can see in local disk C, NVMet 445 has been installed. So you click on this NV 445, NVMet 445, and you can find your folder trial. Can you see this? Yes. In your directories, can you see that thing? See the folder where you have saved it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now it's very important that you save your new file name as the existing file, that is trial. So you select the trial folder and rename the file as trial, and you see that save as type .inx. Never change or mess up with this particular option, because input file in NVMe is always like acceptable in this .inx folder. So you only change the file name and don't touch this option. Okay? Messing up with this particular format can like ruin your model, or can do something which is not appreciable. Okay? So now we save the model by clicking save. Okay? So now we can just go back to our system scene just to find where our things have been saved. So once you open the trial folder, that is the new folder which you have created, you can find this particular thing. You can see the icon here, which was the icon for the spaces option. Remember the spaces option? This particular thing.
Here also we are naming it trial, like already we had named it trial. So inside trial we are all again naming it trial.
Yeah, no issues, because that is a totally different format for format. So even if your folder name is trial, you have the same name as an input folder, so it won't matter. Okay, and anyways, after doing 2 to 3 simulations or 2 to 3 projects, you'll understand how to rename your file or what is of your convenience. This is just for explaining the basics to you. Rest you can do anything with like the basics kept constant. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So you can see your trial thing. So this is your main input file. If you elaborate this slightly, you can see implement area input file. Okay. Okay. So we have created our model. We have set it. We have put all the settings. And so now after finishing up this thing, you can close this thing, because we have already finished off with the input thing, so we close it. Okay, now we go back to NV guide thing. From this NV implement headquarter thing, we find that NV guide thing which we have initially clicked on for the simulation settings thing. You remember this particular page? Is everyone finding?
Yes, ma'am.
If there is any problem in understanding or in any understanding, kindly let me know. Okay? Okay. So we open this NV guide and we find this this page where trial is selected, and we select this new thing, and actually I have closed this box, that's why I have to put the thing again. So I hope you have the file open, NV guide thing open, and it will be the same as we have done. So let's trial input, and this is underscore trial. Next. Now once you do this, can you find that selected existing area automatically the trial.inx file is showing when you select an existing area file? Is everyone getting this thing?
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone in this meeting is getting this particular thing?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. So
Yes,
now you, because this is the INX file which you have created, and this is the area input file which you just saved in your system C. You click on this thing, okay? So now it shows you loaded area file. Can you see here in the green option it is showing you loaded area file? Can anybody see this?
Yes, ma'am.
In your project also you can find this thing has been loaded.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we'll go to next, but before we are going to next, we have an option of preview radiations, something called this. We can just click on this and we can just see what it says. Okay. So radiation is basically related to the incoming solar radiation or the thing which you have according to your site's azimuth and based on the solar position and all. So here you find different values and all. So you can just go through this in your leisure time just to understand how this is. Because this is showing the radiation for Vijayawada junction, which is at 16.52 degrees north and all. So you can just see it for yourself just to understand all. So we'll just go to next now. So now everyone click next and you'll see that this is said as level, where you find 3 levels of simulation: beginner, intermediate and advanced, right? Everyone is getting this into this?
Yes.
Right. So for now we'll select beginner, and on clicking the beginner you find this toolbox where it says how is the air temperature of your situation. So again this thing, it says edit manually or set some default values. So now the temperature database and all these things might be from a long time back, because in Vijayawada and make sure that here, and you know that Vijayawada falls in the warm and humid climate, so you make sure to click it on warm, and you find that automatically it shows that minimum temperature is 18 degrees and maximum is 20 degrees. But as per my experience, it is not true. Okay, because I was in Vijayawada, I know that the minimum temperature was also never on 28. So you need to edit values manually. So in this case, you have this climate consultant software. Maybe I think Sir will be introducing, or you already have been introduced or something like that. Maybe you will be having access to databases in which you will know that what is the present like temperature, present humidity, present wind speed of the particular area by this climate consultant, or you have different softwares for understanding these temperature databases. So, for example, according to my knowledge and all, I'll be setting as minimum temperature. Wait. Okay.
No, you first increase the maximum. Yeah.
Yeah. So the maximum temperatures, maybe the maximum temperature is 38, and the minimum temperature is maybe 35. Okay, for Vijayawada. This is just for understanding.
No, minimum is not that high, madam. You can keep it 28 or 30. It's not that hard.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah, fine.
Okay, whatever be, like we can put these temperatures like this, and we can take next, and then we have this easy mode wind interface where we get this how windy is it on a simulated day or something. So based on the climate data which you have, maybe you can select light winds or medium winds or whatever it is. And for light winds, it is taking a wind speed which is of 1 meter per second, or you can either keep it as a default, or you can change according to your design or something. Maybe it is 0.4 or 0.3, whatever it is. We will keep something to this one, and the direction from which your wind comes. So maybe the prevailing wind conditions are from the northeast and southwest. So maybe we are selecting the southwest here, and if you are not sure and if you know exactly what is the degree of your wind direction, you can edit your values manually and you can alter and change. Okay, and then you click next, and then you get the summary of your input files and summary of your input data for simulation. That says the SimX file, that is a simulation file, is named as simulation underscore trial, which we have already done.
No, not.
The INX file named is trial.inx, which is already saved in your system C. The start date is this month, start time is 7 AM in the morning, and the simulation time has been fixed to 1 hour. The level chosen for the simulation is of beginner scale. Boundary condition is simple forcing. And
Ma'am, I'm only getting 5.
fine, I couldn't hear.
I'm only getting 5 points here, not like 6, 7, like you are getting. Only 5. Ma'am, am I audible?
Yeah, a little louder, please.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, so I am seeing that I am getting 5 options here: CMX file, IMX file, start date, start time, and total simulation time.
Okay, can you, are you able to scroll or do something?
No, ma'am, just 5 options are coming. Like yours is 6, 7, 7, 8 options. Mine is only like.
Okay, did you download the same Incubate 4 thing only, no?
Yes, ma'am, same. Everything is same.
Oh, okay.
Maybe we can see after.
Yeah, maybe you can just see through it. But I'll just say that here it's only giving the like base conditions which you have already selected. So even if you're not being able to see, don't worry, because in the previous stages you have already given the input for like in the simulation settings, it is showing me that you're simulating on a warm day with light wind coming from southwest. So it is already giving you the input, okay? So you don't need to worry if you are not getting, you just need to put the input conditions on the simulation settings correctly, okay? So next we click on next, and you are getting 2 options: save only and start simulation later, or save and start simulation now. So it's obvious that we'll be selecting this one because we want to start the simulation now, and we start it. So on clicking click OK, you find everyone was in this page only, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So on clicking that save option, you see that a green tick has been allotted in your this particular thing. Has everyone got this?
Yes, ma'am.
And if you wait, you will find that this particular box has opened, called as implement G4 default config. Everyone has got this page?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now on the left hand corner you see that select Nginx project. So you click the drop down option, click on your file name, and just wait, because it will do some coding and decoding for the same things.
Ma'am, can you please repeat from when
yes.
you got this old file on?
From where I got this?
The dialog box that you right now have.
Yeah, this dialog box will appear automatically once you have your save and simulation start now option. When you are clicking on this, you will have this new simulation trial thing, and you have to save it. Once saved, automatically a green tick will appear here, Okay, and once that appears, this dialog box will open automatically. We did not open anything from any toolbar.
Ma'am, actually it did not come. I got the green tick against save and start simulation now, but this it did not come up.
It did not come up?
No, ma'am.
You can also try finishing it. You just finish, click finish.
Yeah,
tab.
try finishing it once.
Still nothing.
Okay. Did you click on this blue option? After this click thing, you have to click on this save and start simulation now. Did you do it?
No, I didn't do that.
Yeah, please do. On this load simulation option, which has been activated now, so you can load this simulation option. Okay, so we select this new simulation trial which has been saved here, and we will open it. Everyone is getting this particular thing. On this load simulation thing, this box will open where
Yes,
we need
ma'am.
to select this thing and we need to open it. But yeah, last time also was getting this particular thing where this thing has been shown where 15 to 40 can only be calculated. So, anyways.
No, the grid size is bigger than allowed. That's why it is not accepting.
Yes, sir. The grid size is bigger than allowed, and I tried in a previous model also where this grid size can be changed. So here under model settings,
Ma'am, what did you keep this time?
pardon?
What did you keep this time? This grade 40, 50, 30?
40, 50 and 30.
Okay.
And in the same manner, you will be already having all these things set only because you have already put the input files. So these things will just remain same. Just check for the name of the simulation file in the NV guide and just click on that in the same process. Save and next. Everyone is in this page after like creating the grid size. Everyone is here in this page.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone has loaded the simulation and got this page.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now we can either run the simulation. We can run the simulation. We can just try because we are not getting that output that our file is more than 50, 40. So we can run the simulation. Everyone is running.
Yes.
Just wait for it. You can see your building geometry also. Like you can see the thing which you have plotted in the area in the file. You can see just a gray portion of that. Can you see everyone? And it's showing calculating 3 factors in your file. Is it showing? Everyone has selected the simulation time for 1 hour, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Like for any one of you, has the simulation been completed or is it fine with it's taking time?
No, ma'am, it is taking time.
Ignorant only.
Huh?
Ignorant only, ma'am.
The results till now. So after we get all these results, we have to use this Leonardo file, which helps us in visualizing the results and interpreting what is what. Okay, so will I show them or okay, I'll just
You have any results already? You can just show if it is.
I'll see. So for results, like yesterday I tried doing something but it did not work out because of the grid size. So maybe I can show them how the results of Leonardo will work from my previous sheet.
Yeah.
Is it okay?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay. So I'll show you the process. Leonardo is not very hard, but I'll show you in the next day or maybe the simulation happens today or completes by today. Then I'll show you today. And if it's not happening, then next day we can just understand how the Leonardo works and we'll be able to generate the results. That is only 2% of work which needs to be done. So for now, I'll just show you what kind of results Leonardo generates. Okay? So I'll just show you a sheet of my first semester. Oh no, this is not my thesis. Is everyone able to see?
Yes, I think the screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, for example, if this is my site, as you can see, this was my site, which was of a recreational center. This was a ramp which was going down and main road. This was the site, these were the buildings. And Leonardo will give certain results like this. Okay. Another thing I wanted you to show, which I was saying that you can draw the model itself on NVMe and you can also import some bitmap image. I'll show you how you can import it. That is very easy. You can just import any bitmap image and then, like for example, I had imported this bitmap image to NVMe and then I had placed the pavements area, where is the hard paved area, which is a soft paved area, which are my buildings and of what height. Like the main building was of 15 meters or some height. This building was of 5 meters. So like this, we can, if we have the bitmap image, it is easier for us to plot the respective things. Where is my soil? If I'm having any water bodies or something, how we can denote that. So you can also import bitmap images, which will be easy for you to demarcate which areas are for what things. Okay. So for now, I'll just show you this one. So Leonardo basically gives you the entire visualization of your model, where you can see the contours of different colors, color contours, like pink and all these things. And here you can see, and you have different attributes which you can assess with, like as you saw in the like in your output file, you have this atmosphere which will have your temperature, mean latent temperature, and other related meteorological things which is directly into the atmosphere. For buildings, you will have the materials and other things. Materials and all these things are new in this in my file. In our thing, I did not find all those. Anyways, so you can understand, like this is for the pot temperature, which is the potential temperature of this particular area. So you can see that it is all given in Kelvin, because so you can just convert it into Celsius if you want for your understanding, or you can keep a scale that how much is for how much. And you can see that this part has the highest potential temperature here, and these color contours give you an insight of what kind of potential temperature is present. So this can be done for this can be done for various times of the time of the day, like maybe during 10 o'clock in the morning it is showing something like this. Maybe during 5 o'clock in the evening it is showing like this. So for different times of the day, the graphs will be changing. Okay. So I'll show you some other. So this is for my thesis sheet. This is one of the thesis sheets. So here I had analyzed 4 factors, which is wind speed, sky view factor, mean median temperature, and wind direction. Okay. So this thing I have done for 3 times of the day, that is during the morning, during the noon, and during the afternoon or evening kind of thing. So here, as you can see, the contours are being changed for different sites. This was my site actually. So for different, this particular thing shows the wind speed, and as you can see, that the different contours are given during the legend, like under. It is actually a German software, so it is said as under, which means under, and over is over. So over 4.4 meters per second is the wind speed areas where the color coding is this pinkish magenta kind of thing, and under 0.75 is the areas where is 0.75. So by this Envimix software, we can understand in a building in a built environment, in an urban built environment, where are the areas which lack the basic necessities for a sustainable living, like wind, air, temperature, and like the directions and other. How can we change, or how can we modify all these things? Like if we know that this dark blue parts are under 0.75 meters square wind speed, that means these areas are deficient of wind speed. So we need to arrange our building profiles or something. This is just for example. We have to infer from the results given from Envimix what are the loopholes, or what are the lacuna, or what are the overexposed areas of our building environment, which we can treat, or which we can redesign, or which we can change in order to achieve comfort conditions both outdoors and indoors. So this was for wind speed. This was for Skype factor. Actually, this means some way which you'll learn gradually. So, and the inferences and all, what did I understand and how did I infer with the thing has been released. So basically, Leonardo. So whatever results you are being getting, all will be visualized by Leonardo in the form of this kind of other contours with your building and other inputs which you have given. Okay, was it just clear? Just to understand how you are getting your results and in case of relatability also this was done. Oh, okay. So here I had done for June, December and March for 3 seasons I had done, and for 3 times of the day, and then I had drawn some inference in order to understand which is low, medium, and so these are the things. And as you can see that this is the model, NVMet model. Can you see, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
So as you can see that here it is 37, that means that the building height is of 37, and that's why it is showing a 3D effect on the 18-meter building. Okay, these were different building profiles which I was trying to understand and analyze, like which is the best form of neighborhood which should be done in Amravati, the capital city of Vijayawada. So for that I was doing all these things. So here the building heights were 44, and as you can see that it has been staggered and some green areas has been added. So these render things. Again, you can add many kinds of vegetation with height and all. And as you can see in this particular building, in this particular area, your building height is 10 meters here to 16 meters. So there is a kind of height difference. Maybe this thing I had come up with so that the CFD or the computational fluid dynamics, the wind flow through the buildings can be enhanced. So all these trials have been done in order to obtain a neighborhood which was energy efficient and which was catering to minimum temperature, maximum wind flow, because in warm and humid areas we require more wind flow rather than any conditions served, and to reduce the relative humidity. So for that basis, different layouts have been I had worked out. Like in this case, you see this is 37 and the rest is 18. So this is kind of a tower formation, which is enabling the other areas. So this is not an ideal thing, but this was my thesis thing. So this is from NVMet only. I had taken a screenshot and I had placed this thing just to understand, just to make the jewelers or make the panel understand that how these things have been done and what are the changes has been done. Okay. So this was the thing which I wanted to show you because our results are not yet in hand. So is the introduction of the background of the entire software clear?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, can we import a model from a SketchUp or something like that?
No, from SketchUp or this kind of 3D visualization software, you cannot import. You can import it only in bitmap format. I can show you.
Yeah, but they have now they have the plugin for SketchUp, but we have to buy.
Okay. NVMet has the plugin for SketchUp?
Yes.
Okay.
So can we NVMet in Grasshopper?
I think so,
yes.
Yes, that is also there.
Yes, sir. I think that there is a plugin. I was seeing the last day. Maybe we have included this plugins for Rhino and Grasshopper also. I'm not sure, but
yes, it is there. It is there.
it is there, right?
So, sir, the kind of results that we get, would it be similar to the ones that we are getting from NVMet?
Yes, of course, but because if they use the word, it's an plugin for NVMet, of course it will be done by the NVMet, what is it, company only.
Yes, the NVMet software will be only running the thing, but it will only help you to use the models which you have generated via Grasshopper, Rhino, or Google or by SketchUp.
Yeah,
so
but
that process will be the same.
I from my own experience, what I feel is the source modeling tool is always better than plugins. Sometimes it doesn't give the kind of result that we expect. That is there.
Okay.
Right. Sometimes the anomaly happens because it is not from the mother software. So it's best if you can either import a bitmap, that is the easiest way because you have a hold for everything, because you know which part is green and everything is demanded, rather than blindly modeling something that is shown just because you so that you understand how to start a software from scratch. But you can always import a bitmap image and you can